we will see how SQL join works and what are the mistakes which we need to avoid while doing joins. So let's start. So I have created a schema and just tables, customer tables, where customer ID is there, customer name and city, and then I have just some data there. If you see here, uh, customer ID, customer name and city. Then in orders table also I have created and I have added the data. And then if you see what is present in customers, then customer ID is there 1 2 3 4, then customer name and city. If you see select star from order, then we will see order ID is 101, 102, 103 and 4. And if you see customer ID 1 has 2 orders, customer ID 2 has 1, customer ID 5 has 1. So 1 2 3 4, if you see Shubham has placed 2 orders, then Rahul has placed once, and then customer ID 5, which is not present in our customers table. So if we see inner join, so what inner join does, as everyone knows, that it matches a row with the row from the second table and it returns the output. So it doesn't give us extra rows or anything. So if you see, if we are joining customer table with orders table on customer ID, and if you see customer ID 1 and 1 is there, customer ID 1 2 3 4 and 1 1 2, so 3 are there, so output should be 3 rows there. And if you see, uh, 2 rows are there for customer IDs because Shubham has placed 2 orders. So this is how inner join works. Then if we see left join, then left join will have all the tables from the left side of the table of the left join. Customers will have everything. Then the matching rows from the orders. So if you want to calculate here all the customers, their order IDs and amount, and even if some of the customers have not placed any order, then that should also come here. Then we use left join here. And in left join, if you see Shubham has order ID 101 and 102, and both entries are there. And Amit and Sneha have not placed any order, so we can see null here. And then if we want to find the customers which are having no order, so Amit and Sneha, then it's simple. We just add where condition in the after the join. So after the join is done, then where condition will give us this one. And most of the people already know this. Then right join is the exact opposite of left join, so all rows from right and then matching row from customer. So if we see here, all rows will be there, as the customer ID 5 we could see in orders didn't have entry in customers table, so we got null here. And full outer join is nothing but like all the rows from left and all the rows from the right and the joining rows. So if you see here, so Shubham has 2, then Amit has this null, I mean everything. If you see from left then right, because of Shubham, as Shubham has placed twice order, so 2 rows, and then null, and null is the order customer ID 5, which is present in order table but not in customer tables. Now coming to the mistakes which generally we make. So some of the mistakes are basics ones, and that is row explosion. Row like uh, before doing any operation we are not checking any data. We should check the data because most the times the problem is not in your tables, rather your data which is at the source. So in your queries it might be correct, but uh, still you are getting multiple rows and multiple values as which are not expected, and that is because of your data. So here if we see, there is another table called customer segment, and customer ID is here integer, and customer segment which is premium. So if you see, there are two for single one. So customer segment, there might be a case that this data, there might be some requirement like this kind of data is stored, but we will see why this is the problem is in the data rather than your query. So if we see select star from customer segments, we can see for customer ID 1, 2 segments are there, VIP and premium. Then if we want to see the if we if we join the orders with customer segments on customer id, then if we see here this, if we are saying so customer id 1, it comes in premium as well as in vip, and that will explode the rows. Explode in the sense what we can expect. So customer id 1 has placed one order which is in premium segment, and second order is in vip, but as the data is stored like this, as the data is like this, so the query doesn't know how to do that. So 2 into 2, 4 times we are getting, and that is wrong. And so here if we see, there is nothing wrong in the query. So that's why for the first mistake which we do is we do not see the data correctly, the mapping of the data, or what do we say, granularity of the data, which is the first mistake. Then there is second mistake, which is accidentally turning left join into an inner join, and this can happen with anyone. I mean, this is very basic mistake. And the thing is, suppose we want to calculate customer id, customer names who are who have spent amount greater than 500. So if you see this query, there is a left join here. What if we just uh, use inner join? Even inner join should be sufficient here, because we are putting where condition on the join data, so we are getting just these rows. But if we are using left joins here, so mostly there should be a reason to use left join, right? So we want to see all the data where amount is greater than 500, but we want all the customer names. So here, instead of where, we will use and. So within the join only we will add this condition, and now you can see Shubham has spent more than 700, so that row is there. Rahul, Amit and Sneha are there, they have not spent more than 500. Coming to this table, Shubham has two entries, right? Greater than 500 and 700. So this will give us, as we are using left join, so left tables will give all the rows, and only those rows where uh, only those rows from the right side where amount is greater than 500. So Shubham's id matches with there, and the amount is greater than 500, so 700 row is there. So that's why we got only one row here. We should avoid converting left join into inner join by mistake. So if we see mistake 2, that again points to mistake 1, that we should see the data properly. Now mistake 3, this is also a mistake which is done by newbies mostly, that thinking group by will fix duplication. Like suppose there is a duplication, if we seek customer segments, right? So customer segments data was here 1, 1 and 2, and now if you see one customer has 2 rows, second customer id has 1 row, and probably if we need it in any other query, so what we can do is we are doing just here count star, we are doing this count star, and then we are grouping that, and we are getting the count. We will proceed. So there are multiple ways we can tackle that problem, but we cannot think like just group by will do that, because performance and other things also come into the picture. Now here we see customer id 1 has greater than 2. Another thing is, if we see here, we are taking sum of amount from order, so all exact amount is 2400, and 2400 is not what should be expected. Here we will, if we see left join orders d, so till here we saw all the tables are there, and then group by customer name. So if we see Shubham had 700 plus 500, so 1200, and Rahul had one entry. So this is how we get. And a mistake which we should avoid is that before doing group by, we should check the join data. If we don't, suppose here in this case we are getting correct data, but if we join suppose this table customers with orders, then again with customer segments here, and if we see here, the rows will increase, because it is stored like, where is this, so it is stored like this, customer segments 1, 1 and 2. So in that case it will increase the number of rows, and when we take group by and then take the summation of the amount, we will be getting it wrong. So that's how it is. So overall, so the basic mistakes which we should avoid, and we can avoid, Those are, first is row explosions to see this data. Then if we see, so and to avoid that, we how we can do it, that first we have to check the source data rather than our queries. So many times our queries will be fine, but the issue might be from the data itself. Then second mistake is accidentally turning left join into an inner join. Based on the requirement you can do, and even if you do it like this, but if you have requirement to calculate like this only, then better use inner join only. Another mistake is this, thinking group by will fix duplication. Rather, try to avoid in such a way that from the source data itself, or after see the data after joining, that we can minimize these duplications, and then we should use group by and aggregation.